Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to do a step-by-step approach on how to actually come up with a website, because I've seen a lot of people struggling or asking me, what exactly do I use, how much time does it take for me to come up with the website, what tools do I use, and also do I stick only with the traditional tools, or am I adopting to the new AI tools, right? And some of you guys, you spend a lot of time trying to compare these things, whereas it's not all about these tools, right, that actually make you make a great website. It's actually your skill set, right? So when it comes now to choosing which platform to use, it's all about your skill set and also what the client wants, right? Because if you look at it, right, every client will come to you with different requirements, and you as a designer, you need to come up with a proper website, you need to deliver quality, and at the same time you need to deliver it on time. Hence your skill set plus the next tool that you're going to choose, or the website builder that you're going to choose, will have to make your life easier, will have to complement this whole process of you delivering quality and also delivering value. So let's get into it. So the first thing that we need to know is to choose the right website builder. So we all know that there are old tools that we already know that we've been using for the past years, and now there are the new tools that are coming up because of AI and so forth. And now, if you're coming from a non-technical background, lucky you, because now AI got you covered. You can now create great websites by just using few prompts, right? And you can deliver value, you deliver quality and so forth fast, right? But the thing that you need to know is that from all these AI tools that are out there, you also need to understand the ins and out, how you are prompting, the quality that is going to be generated out of that prompt, and also how you are going to launch that website at the end of the day. Because come to think of it, not all clients will have cloud platforms for them to launch their website. Some, they still use the traditional cPanel, and you find that if you fail to understand how your project will be at the end, it will be very difficult for you to actually launch it, using the cPanel and stuff. So you need to master that. Whatever tool that is you're going to choose from this point, it has to make also your life easier when it's launching, putting that website out there. Then the other thing is, the other tool, you can still continue using WordPress, or you can even the programming languages, the simple ones, your HTML, your CSS, your JavaScript, or you can even try TypeScript, that is Angular, or you can even use React, right? It depends now with your skill set and also how easy it is for you to understand these programming languages, right? Then another tool that is quite simple for you to actually come up with a nice website is making use of templates, right? So templates, these are pre-built websites that are available for you to actually edit and alter them according to what you need, right? So with these ones, they come in two. They are the free versions, then also they are the premium versions. With the free versions, obviously it's just downloading the web files, edit them there and there, then you launch. Then the premium ones, you need to pay an extra amount, you need to buy the template for you to start using it. However, I have also made a video whereby you can use a certain tool to download these premium templates and make use of them for free. And as for templates, I mainly use ThemeForest, right? So ThemeForest is also a web application platform where most designers, they sell their templates there, they upload their free templates there for other designers like you guys to go and view, to go and buy, or just download and start using them. Right now, we have chosen your website builder. Hi there. I just realized most of the people that are watching these videos are not yet subscribers. I understand it's not intentional, but please, if you're learning one or two things from this channel, please do subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new content that we'll be uploading. And guess what? By doing so, you are motivating me. You're also making sure that the channel grows and it reaches a lot of people. So please do subscribe, right? Anyway, enough from me. Enjoy the rest of the video. The next thing that you need to do now is that you need to set a mood board, right? So a mood board, this is where we are trying to come up with a roadmap on how exactly we are going to build this website. It means that we need to come up with the colors, selecting colors, which colors are we going to use for this particular website, the logos, the layouts, and also the amount of pages that are going to be on that website. And this all depends with the client that you're dealing with, because each client, remember, comes with its own different requirements. They have their different color branding and so forth. And the one thing that you have also to understand is when choosing colors for your clients, you don't have to choose many colors. I would suggest just stick with two colors, the primary color and the secondary color, and obviously a bit of white just to make things neutral and also nice. Then after creating a mood board, now we know the roadmap, what exactly we are going to design. The next thing that we're going to do is come up with a home page, right? So I would like to call this the money page, because for every visitor, if you go to any site, this is the page that you start to see before you even navigate to other pages, right? So this is your money page, and this page must have clarity. It must showcase your services, it must showcase social proof, it must also showcase your testimonials, right? Because every client, every visitor on a site, when they see a website for any particular industry, they want to buy from someone who has got nice ratings, who has nice testimonials from the previous people, right? So you need to have those. Then also you need to have a frequently asked questions section, whereby you put all the questions that you think or that you have been asked before on how you work, how your business works, all those questions, right? So that whenever someone leaves your website, they don't leave with assumptions, right? They leave with clarity, they leave with everything. Then another thing also is your homepage must have clear call to action buttons or clear call to action text and so forth, right? Such that, after seeing whatever that is displayed on that website, I know what to do next. I know what action to take next, right? Hence, these things, they have to be somewhere visible, somewhere clear, where I don't have to second guess. After creating my homepage, I then send this to my client for them to review. Now, why do I do this? It is always important for you to get feedback quicker than late, right? So that you don't waste time doing unnecessary things, unnecessary changes where your client haven't approved. So quickly make your homepage, send it to your client, let them review it, let them send you feedback, let them make changes and stuff, so that now from this point onwards, you are making changes that are working for your client, not just you, right? You have no clarity where you need to change things, you need to improve and so forth. Also, don't only send it to your client. If, say, maybe you don't have a client yet, just ask anyone who is not in your field to say, look, I've made this website, please give me an honest review, right? They will go through the website, and at 80% of the time, these people will tell you the truth. Okay, I can't see this, I'm not sure what you meant by this. And from there, you are learning, you are improving, you are also changing, making necessary changes. So after making these changes, it's now time to come up with the final draft where we have applied all these changes. Now we send the final draft for approval from the client. Once the client is happy, we come back to our desk and we launch the website, right? Now, once we launch the website, it's out there, people are interacting with it. And also, don't launch without applying SEO, right? Search engine optimization tags and so forth. Make sure that in your header you put tags that are relevant for that particular business, and also do a research on keywords. What is this industry? What are the main keywords for this industry that I'm making a site for? So that you apply them for that. This will then help the business to rank, or the website to rank well when it comes to Google, and when it comes to people searching it, it will be easy for them to find the website, right? And The last thing is, never make a mistake of not making sure that this website mobile responsive. If you take a look at these days, everyone is talking about going mobile. We are already mobile, right? Hence our website, they should be mobile friendly, right? If I take a look at the website, I want to browse it on my phone because that's easy for me to access it than to go to my desk or to go to my laptop. So it has to be mobile responsive. Also, it has to be well appealing on all browsers. This is it. This is the simple process. This is the simple steps that you need to know, that you need to start applying if you were stuck or if you were getting stuck. Don't waste time trying to look for what tools to use. Go with the simple tools. Go with the tools that will make your life easier when doing these things. Trust me, if you are doing this and you're finding it hard and it's stressing you, then just know you're doing it wrong. We need to work smart, work simple, and make sure that we deliver the right products, we deliver quality sites to our clients. So this is all that I had with me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and also say something in the comments, right? Just tell me what you think. Have I done a great job on this topic? Also, what other content or what other topics would you want me to cover in the next videos, right? And if you haven't subscribed, obviously by now, if you have learned something, please do subscribe. It helps the channel to grow, and it also motivates me to always come up with great ideas or with great topics to share with you guys. With all that, I say see you in the next one.